Hello and welcome back to the TomFM channel and the Wonderkid Advent Calendar, the series where I'm taking you through the best Wonderkids in FM20 from the 1st of December all the way up to Christmas on the 25th of December. So thank you for all your comments on yesterday's episode with your guesses as to which Wonderkid is coming up today. I really appreciate all you guys getting involved, and it's great to see so many of you commenting and leaving likes on the video, of course. 150 likes is the target we've got for today's video, as always, so if you can smash that like button, I'd massively appreciate it. I'd also really appreciate it if you can have a look at my Patreon as well. There's a link down in the description to that one. Now, obviously, just watching a video is more than enough support. Subscribing is more than enough support. Liking the video is massive support as well. It's just there for those of you who want to do a little bit more to help support the channel. The Patreon, though, does have some really good perks that I think you guys would really like. So if you want to have a look, it's down in the description. Click the link there. It will take you to the page and you can sort of see what's there for yourself. And now that all that's out of the way, it's time to get into today's video properly to find out which Wonderkid is coming up today. Behind door number 21 is Jonathan Gonzalez, who currently plays as a defensive midfielder for Monterrey in Mexico. Now, at 20 years old, he's one of the older Wonderkids on this list, but he has still got a significant amount of potential, which I think you could extract out of him. Valued at only £350,000 on wages of £3,800 per week, you probably could also get him on a relatively cheap deal. Predominantly, he plays as a halfback or a ball-winning midfielder, and you don't typically find too many of those playing in that centre defensive midfield position. So actually, he's quite a useful player to have, as he is quite versatile, but also at the same time quite niche compared to a lot of other players out there. Has already got some outstanding attributes such as marking of 17, work rate of 17, determination of 16, stamina of 17, agility of 16. He's already a very good player, and I suppose being 20 years old, he is a little bit more developed than some of the under Wonderkids we've looked at, particularly like the 16 or 17-year-olds. The Man City Scout seems to only rate him at League One level right now with 2-star current ability and 3-star potential, which is a little bit low. However, it is kind of reflected a bit in the player attribute details. His potential is 158, which only just about makes him a Wonderkid. I think for a Wonderkid, you've got to have over 150 potential, so he's only just there. It's one of the lowest potentials are on the entire list, but I think he's a very interesting player and comes from a Mexican side. And when you think of Wonderkids in the game, you don't really think of Mexico and things like that. I wanted to highlight that actually there are some pretty good players coming out of Mexico right now, with Gonzalez being one of them. If you want to compare him to a Man City player, Rodri, who many seem to say is one of the best centre defensive midfielders in the Premier League, if you have a look at his player attribute details, he's only got 155 current abilities, so Gonzalez will get to that level in the future, so could be very good. Now, as I am the Man City manager, it's talking down here that there are some issues with work permits trying to get him into England. If you're managing a team in a different country, you might find different work permit rules, but right now he would fail the ones to get into England apparently, so just bear that in mind. With that being said though, if we go to suggest terms, Monterrey come back only wanting £11 million for him, which is pretty cheap. We can bring that down to about £5 million, suggest that. They say £7 million, so about £6 million is what you can get this guy for, and considering his potential, that is a fantastic deal, I think. So as per usual, we're going to go a year into the future as well and see how he develops over the course of the season, which hopefully will be very well. So a year into the future, he seems to have improved in a few different attributes there, which is quite good to see. One thing you will notice though is technicals are a little bit low, and I suppose playing as mostly a centre defensive midfielder, you don't really need the technicals like long shots or crossing or dribbling, things like that, so you can sort of get away with it a little bit, but of course it would be nice to see a few of these a bit better than they actually are. So over the course of this season, he played 29 games, scoring 4 goals, 2 assists with a 6.74 average rating, which actually seems a little bit low, I've got to say. Perhaps some shaky appearances might mean you can get him for a little bit cheaper than perhaps what you could have done. So if we suggest terms, they're saying £12 million. If we go back down to £5 million, they come back at 8.25. If we go to, not £1 million, if we go to 7.5, take it down to £6.5 million. They agree on that, so £500,000 more than what you pay at the start of the season. It's still a fantastic deal. So I thoroughly recommend you sign Jonathan Gonzalez. I think he's a very exciting player coming out of Mexico and think he could be a real asset to your side. Of course, as per usual, 2 more videos for you to watch to get your TomFM fix. There's obviously an experiment, or you can go and watch the Hop to a Top save. So I'll see you in one of those. Have a good evening. Goodbye.